Guys, relaxing down here in the museum on a very, very, very early Saturday morning, guys. Um, some of you guys are probably still asleep. I'm still working on my first cup of coffee. Guys, I got some things I want to talk to you about as far as the Mego Tops exclusives, variant figures. How do you guys feel about those variant figures, the exclusive figures? How do you feel about not receiving these figures yet? What's going through your mind on that? We want some of your takes, all your comments regarding those issues. But I got some things I want to fill in with that, with the Tops Mego relationship, or once again, like I said before in our last FaceTime video, the lack thereof relationship. We don't know what's happening with that. We hear a lot of things, but we want to kind of see if we can clear some things up, make some sense out of some things. And with the first question I guess we have is, why the need for variants? I've been seeing on a lot of the Mego forums and groups, with the information about Mego variant Tops variant figures. They're variant figures to the Tops exclusive figures. So you have a Tops Planet of the Apes Zero figure, and then you have a exclusive Mego variant figure. So exclusive Tops figure, a variant Mego figure of Zero. And we're using that as an example. How does that, as for the people that purchased the Tops exclusive figures, how does that make them feel, knowing that there's going to be a variant of Zero? There's going to be a variant of the Planet of the Apes figures or the superhero figures. How does that make them feel? It was to our understanding months and months and months and months and months ago that these figures were exclusively Tops figures. There would be no variant figures. There would be no chase figures, if you will. And yet here we are, months later. Now we have variant figures of the Tops exclusive figures. Now, mind you, I want to point out that Mego is saying that, these figures are, that the Tops figures are exclusive to Tops. If that does anything by way of making you feel more secure or comfortable in the fact that the Tops figures that you purchased really will have no rivalry with these exclusive figures. I mean, there will be no, I guess, well, for lack of better words, there will be a difference, because you have the Tops brand. You have the Tops exclusive. Now, I'm playing devil's advocate here as well. I'm playing devil's advocate, guys. You have to look at it from both sides. And I'm always willing to look, as a collector, as a museum curator, I'm always willing to look at it from both sides. And both sides is, with the variants, if you weren't able to get the Tops exclusive figure, at least you'll have a variant of that figure. Okay. A variant. That way you can say, well, it's close enough. It's close enough to the Topps exclusive. I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. Or in most cases, I'm great with that. You know, I have no problems not having the Topps exclusive. Now I can find this variant figure in a Walmart or a Target or on some website, toy website. Okay, that's the flip side of the coin. And I'm here to tell you guys, I'm okay with that. You know, so this video isn't to bash Mego one way or the other. It's to get some clarification on how you guys feel about all of this. You know, where your head is at. You know, so we can get a good conversation started here on a Saturday morning, very early Saturday morning here in the museum. Variant? Exclusive? Does it make a difference? Is there a difference? You know, you have the Zero Topps exclusive, then you have the Zero variant. What's the difference? Clothing? Accessories? Different paint application to the head sculpt? We don't know. One thing we do know, though, and I know we've beaten this horse to death, but we still have to, guys, there's no getting around it. I ordered the Topps exclusive figures, you know, a few of them, the Black Adam and the Shazam figures. I haven't seen them yet. I've seen pictures of the variant Shazam figure, I guess. Different uniform, different color uniform, you know, slightly varied. I haven't seen my Topps exclusive figure. Where are we at now? 5 months? 6 months? 7 months? I don't know at this point. You know, so playing devil's advocate again, guys. So if the variants come out, so if that, let's say that Shazam variant figure comes out, okay, at Walmart or Target or on one of my favorite toy websites like movie posters, etc. Will I get the variant? Sure. I haven't seen the Topps exclusive yet. Why wouldn't I? And I know some people are probably saying, well, I'm waiting on my Topps exclusive figures. I don't care about these variants. Fair enough. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with, you know, people sticking to their guns and saying, you know what, I'm going to not put one more cent into this Topps Mego, whatever you want to call it, deal, relationship, until I see my original purchases. That's fair. And you have some people that are just so tired of waiting that they'll take anything at this point. And I've had fellow collectors tell me, at this point, M.I.B, I'm willing to take anything. I'm just tired of waiting. I'm tired. Mego has beaten down most collectors to the point where they're tired of waiting. They want something at this point, anything. If it sounds like a Topps exclusive and it's located at Walmart at this point, people are going to run out there and get it. Just from what I'm being told, they're just tired of waiting. While others are more reserved in their in their stance on this whole situation. They're just going to stand their ground. But that's our thinking right now. Why the need for variants? And I think, the variants they have a place. They do have a place in the collecting community. They do have a place with the collectors. They do have a place with a lot of people as far as not being able to get their hands on the original Topps exclusive figures. I mean, think about it. I mean, a lot of people, I like I said, my last few videos, I talked about that. No one has that type of money on a weekly basis to put towards these figures that's going to be exclusive for 7 days, and that's it, and they're gone. So the variants do serve a purpose in that regard, and you have to give Mego credit for that, and we'll touch on that later in our video. Is Mego really trying, or how hard are they trying? Can they satisfy people? Will they be able to satisfy people? But let's move on, and we'll touch on no sign of exclusive figures yet. No, we just talked. We talked a little bit about that already. There is no sign of. When will there be a sign of the exclusive figures? Guys, we want to hear from you. When do you think the Topps exclusive figures are going to arrive at your doorstep? When do you think? A few months from now, a few weeks from now, a year from now? Have you just given up altogether? We want to hear your comments, your opinions, everything right underneath this video in the comment section. Guys, at this point, I don't know. I don't know when the exclusives are coming. I have no clue. I'm patient in that regard, where at this point we put the money out. I've been teased on a couple occasions by my fellow collectors. Say, you know what, M.I.B, you're never going to see those figures. Those figures are never going to arrive at your doorstep or arrive at the doorstep of the museum. You'll never have them in your museum collection. And to that, if that's the case, I say, shame on you, Mego. And I would like to believe that those figures are going to, at some point, sometime, those figures are going to arrive. But right now, there's no indication. There absolutely, positively, there's no indication that we're going to see those figures. I mean, have I lost faith, hope? Kind of. Like I said, I've basically numbed myself to the point where it doesn't matter. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself. I keep telling myself it doesn't matter. Have we given Mego the benefit of the doubt beyond the realm of being realistic? Have we given Mego too much leeway on this situation? Or are you fed up? I mean, is there a line that we eventually will have to tell Mego, this line can't be crossed? We want our figures. We want our Topps exclusive figures. Forget about the variants. That's great if you're putting that out. We want what we want. Now, is that Mego's issue at this point? I'm hearing that it's Topps' issue at this point. I'm hearing that some people are saying we're going to hold both of those companies responsible. I don't know. You know, one hand I hold Mego responsible, and the other hand I hold Topps responsible. Topps is a baseball card company. I mean, I was a little skeptical about those guys branching out and getting into the action figure, game. And right now we go by actions more than words. The actions tell us that, you know what, they should have stayed with the baseball cards. Okay. When will we see these exclusives? I don't know, guys. I have no clue. I absolutely have no clue. Frustrating, to say the least. Frustrating. How do you feel? Are you fed up? What line are you willing to draw in the sand for Mego to say, you know what, this line will not be crossed? I'm tired of it. I'm fed up with it. Can we get our money back? I've heard people talking about that, asking about refunds and things of that nature. I don't know. If you got any idea about refunds, or if you went down that road, leave it in the comment section, guys. We want as much information on this topic as we possibly can. I don't have all the answers, guys. As a matter of fact, I'm searching just like you guys are. That's why we create these topics of discussion, so we can share information, share our thoughts, our feelings on these issues. Let's go down. Let's continue, guys. Let's continue down this rabbit hole of this Topps Mego rabbit hole. How the variance figures, because I got it all wrote out, right? How the variant figures affect the Topps exclusive figures. And like I said, we touched a little bit on that earlier. And yet, I've heard this before in a previous video that I've done on the Topps Mego exclusive situation. How does the variant figures affect the Topps exclusive figures? Well, a lot of people said that they would be infuriated, infuriated if Mego created variants, because in a lot of collectors' minds, the variant figures do in some way take away from that exclusive aura of those Topps figures. You can say, well, no, M.I.B, it really doesn't. They're separate. Mego said they're separate. It doesn't affect them like that. And I say, as a collector, it does affect it. If, let's say, you got the Hammer exclusive mummy, and we're just using examples here. I don't know all of the Topps figures are going to be variants. We have no clue. We don't really know a lot what these guys are doing behind the scenes. We do know one thing. We haven't physically seen anything yet at a toy store or otherwise. But let's say the Hammer mummy figure, the exclusive Topps figure, has a variant figure out. Are you excited by the fact if you bought the 7-day window exclusive Hammer mummy figure, and you got some guy dancing around in Walmart with the variant of that figure? How does that make you feel? How should you feel? How should that guy feel? That guy's probably saying, well, I didn't have to go through the headache of a 7-day process, a window, paying those crazy shipping prices from Topps, and we know those shipping prices was absolutely, utterly ridiculous. And now you got some guy with the same Hammer mummy figure, maybe a different color to the wrappings of the mummy, maybe a slightly different paint application to the mummy's head sculpt, but basically the same figure. Basically the same figure. How do you feel? You know, because some people said that would never happen. We would never see variant figures to those Topps figures. Some people did say that, and I got documented proof in a comment section of the last Topps Mego figure video I did, with a lot of you guys saying that, you know what, M.I.B, it'll never happen. How could you say that? Why would you say that? It's never gonna happen. They said these figures are exclusive. They said these figures are one of a kind. They would never do that to us. Now we have variant figures. And for all you guys out there that got the exclusive figures, Topps exclusive figures, you're probably a little nervous right now. Will they make a variant of the figure that you purchased from Topps? Does that affect the resale value? You know, maybe you want to put your figure on eBay or some other website to sell the figure. Well, I think it affects it, because why would I pay for the Topps exclusive figure, top dollar? Let's say you're offering $100, okay, $100 for that figure. Why would I pay you $100 for that figure? And I have the variant to that figure. You can say, well, it might be because it's the Topps exclusive figure. Well, guys, for one, if I don't have to part with $100, and the only difference between your figure, your Topps figure, and my variant figure is a paint application. Okay, understand this. The only difference between your figure, your Topps exclusive figure, and my variant figure is a paint application to the head sculpt. Why on earth, and all that's holding, would I pay $100 for your Topps exclusive figure? And the only thing that's separating those two figures is a paint application. And I know some people are just sick. All right, they're completists, and those people are gonna call into the museum and write in the comment section. I want you to, because if you're one of those people, I want to hear it. M.I.B, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I would pay $100 for that Topps exclusive figure because it's exclusive. It's different. It's the first. It's the first of its kind. I don't care how many variations they make of that figure, that mummy figure. There's only going to be one Topps exclusive mummy figure. Fair enough. Fair enough. I can live with that reply if that's what you guys are going to put in the comment section. It's fair enough. Like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate here. There's always a yin to someone's yang, but I want to hear all of that in the comment section. How has the variants figures from Mego affected the Topps exclusive figures? How do you feel about that? Where are you at with that? We want to hear all of that. Guys, let's move on. Let's move on. This is really heating up. Like I said, guys, I'm really just, like I said, I'm on my first cup of coffee, and I'm trying to make sense of this. You know, I was trying to figure out how I could put this together. I was trying to, say I'm going to try to keep my emotions out of it. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job, guys. Let me know in the comment section if you think I'm maybe a little too emotional about this situation, maybe too invested. But I'm trying to keep my emotions out of it. I'm trying to be as as down the line as I possibly can, as fair and understanding as I possibly can with Mego, with Tops, with some of you guys out there that's gotten on my case in the past about this whole topic of discussion. So let's move on. How do collectors feel about the variants and exclusive figures? Well, I think we kind of answered our questions a little bit, but how do you feel? Are you tired? Do you want these figures at this point? Do you want to keep dealing with this merry-go-round, this endless cycle of possibilities, this up and down? Are they here yet? They're coming next month. We have variants. We have everything but the truth. And yet we do have the truth, I guess. The truth is that we don't have anything right now. How do you feel about this? Are you still willing to pay those prices? I don't know if I don't like I said, me personally, I guess I'm too invested at this point. Now I'm just waiting, but I wish I could go back into a time machine. I guess that's what it is. I wish I could go back into a time machine. Okay. The DeLorean, and set the time and a clock back to when they first announced the Topps Mego exclusive deal. Knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have paid. I wouldn't have paid. I would have probably done what a lot of people said even then, back then. They said, you know, there's probably going to be variant figures of those exclusives anyway. So I'll wait until they come out at Target or Walmart or some other toy website. If I could do it all over again, that's what I would do. So that was a kind of easy question. How do you collectors feel about the variants and exclusive figures? I think a lot of us kind of feel that way. You know, maybe we had an opportunity to do it all over again. If hindsight was 2020 and all that stuff, yeah, I think we would have just went a different route. So, and yet here we are. Here we are, and I'm trying to give, guys, believe me, I'm trying to give Mego the benefit of the doubt. You know, I know that Mego's been thrown under the bus. They've been stepped on. They've been beat up pretty good with in the collecting community. They're trying to save face. They're trying to reach out. They've been through it. We've been from 2018 to now we're at 2022. So Mego has some years under its belt. We do have a lot of beautiful figures that we've gotten from Mego, and I think that's the case. I think if we just would have stayed with, if Mego would have just stayed in that realm of just putting figures out that we can get our hands on. You know, I want to be able to go into a store and grab a figure off of the pegs or the toy store shelf or whatever and purchase it right there. That's what I want to do. I don't like this whole process. Pay now and buy later and get it later. Nobody likes that process, you know. Pre-order. But like I said, Migos has really, they should have just really stayed and stuck with what actually worked. Getting figures out to the public that we could get our hands on. And I think it would have solved a lot of issues. And I get it. They want to try different things. They want to be innovative. exclusive figures are really cool, but if you can't get your hands on them, and you only have 7 days to do that, and you're in bed with a baseball card company that has no clue on how to, how the action figure community works, the inner workings of that community, it spells disaster. It spells issues long term, and that's what we're seeing. Months and months and months and months later, we're still talking about figures that we don't have. We don't have. We don't have. Yeah, guys, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell in the comment section. M.I.B, you're dead wrong. You're lying. Mego said we're gonna get the okay. When? When are we gonna get these? When are we gonna see these figures? When will we have these figures in hand? All right. I said I was gonna get emotional about this, guys. I promised you guys. All right. That's it. Let's move on. It's hard to move on. This is tough, guys. This is a tough video for me. This is, it really is. It's a tough video because you want to give Mego the benefit of the doubt, and I don't know how long I can keep giving these guys the benefit of the doubt. How long can you continue to give Mego the benefit of the doubt? Are you fed up? I want frustrations in the comment section. I want to hear your true feelings on this. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't dress it up. This is the video where you can actually just get it all off your chest. We want to hear how you feel about this situation. Variants, exclusives, what's the difference? And my next thing was, should you be happy about variant action figures? And I think we talked a little bit about that. Yeah, you should be happy about variant action figures, but we shouldn't even be talking about variant action figures right now. We should have been we wouldn't be talking about variant action figures if we would have our Topps exclusive figures in our hands right now in our collections. If we would have had our Topps exclusive figures in our hands right now in our collections, this video wouldn't exist. And yet here we are. And that leads us to another point here. Mego is trying to please people. Why attack Mego for trying to help? Mego's trying to really take care of everybody's wants and desires and needs by creating variants, by creating exclusives, by forming these business relationships and models with other companies. They're trying to take care of all of our needs in the collecting community. Why attack Mego? Why be upset with these guys? Why give these guys a hard time? Well, 6-7 months later, why not, right? I mean, but why would you? Like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate here, so I'm going to defend. I'm the defense attorney for Mego at this point. Why would you give Mego a hard time? And you've seen waves and waves and waves and waves of awesome Mego action figures. There's talks of new body sculpts now, new bandless bodies. There's talks of more superheroes, more horror figures. More movie figures in the works. Why attack Mego? And honestly, some of you guys have been very difficult with Mego. You've been, and to some point, you've been unfair with Mego. You've given Mego really a tough time, especially for a company that has just started back up. You know, starting back up from what, 2018, and we're like, say we're here at 2022, and these guys have given you well over 200 action figures. Why give them a hard time? You know, and if you can explain that to me, I would like to hear it in the comment section right underneath this video. Why give Mego a hard time? And they've done so much in such a short period of time to please you guys. And some of you guys have been, let's be honest, some of you guys have been jerks about it. You've been real jerks about it, okay? You've given these guys a really difficult time. I'm their defense attorney, so you can't attack me, all right? So I'm defending them right now. If you want to attack me, do it in the comment section. And you are representing the people and the collectors of the communities out there with the Mego collectors, okay? How would you defend them? How would you attack me? My defense for Mego, because my defense for Mego is saying that you guys are unfair. You guys are ungrateful. You're not giving Mego its just due. You're not giving Mego any type of credit for what they have already accomplished. Some of you guys have just all together turned your back on Mego. Mego couldn't do any right if they tried to at this point with some of you guys. Some of you guys just will not. You guys don't even want to tolerate them. You don't even want to tolerate Mego at this point. What's your say on that? As I put this back in your court. That's my defense for Mego. That's what I'm going to leave you with today. But we want to hear all of that in the comment section, guys. As this whole Topps Mego exclusive variant figure carousel continues to go on, the soap opera continues to unwind and unveil new aspects of these storylines, we're going to be here to cover it with you guys. We're going to be here to discuss it. We're going to be here to explore it, to examine it, all that over a cup of coffee. I'm going to go hang out in the museum a little bit and check out your comments in the comment section right underneath this video, guys. You know the routine. God bless. Stay safe. And most importantly, keep collecting.